Hello there. Welcome to our channel, your one-stop destination for fascinating history and diverse cultures. Today we're embarking on an intriguing journey, exploring the complex tapestry of Japan and Korea. We'll delve into their rich histories, unravel their cultural nuances, and shed light on the intricacies of their relationship. These two nations, though geographically close, have distinct identities shaped by centuries of shared and individual experiences. So, if you're intrigued by the allure of history and culture, be sure to subscribe and share our video with like-minded folks. Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating past of Japan and Korea, two nations rich in history and culture. Traveling back in time, our journey begins in the ancient period, a time when migration and cultural exchange were shaping the future of these two nations. The Korean Peninsula, acting as a bridge, facilitated a vital flow of cultures and ideas between Japan and mainland Asia. This era was not just about the movement of people, but also the exchange of innovative concepts, artistic expressions, and philosophical ideologies. During this ancient period, the two nations were like two distinct trees growing side by side, their roots deeply intertwined, drawing from the same soil of shared experiences and cultural exchanges. Yet each tree grew its branches differently, developing unique leaves and fruits, a metaphor for the cultural similarities and differences that evolved during this period. Japan, for instance, was significantly influenced by the mainland Asian cultures that first passed through the Korean peninsula. Elements of Buddhism, Confucianism, and even the Chinese writing system found their way into Japanese society, leaving a lasting impact. However, Japan wasn't just a passive recipient. They blended these elements with their indigenous Shinto beliefs and practices, creating a unique cultural mosaic that differentiates them from their Korean counterparts. On the other hand, Korea, although heavily influenced by Chinese civilization, maintained its distinct cultural identity. They developed their own script, Hangul, distinct from Chinese characters. Their traditional music, dance, and cuisine have distinct characteristics that set them apart from their neighbors. Yet, despite these differences, the shared experiences and interactions during this period resulted in overlapping cultural elements. Whether it's the Buddhist temples that dot both landscapes, the tea ceremonies cherished by both societies, or the shared love for rice and seafood, the cultural ties are evident. This ancient connection laid the foundation for the intertwined histories of these two nations that we see today. It's a testament to how migration and cultural exchange can shape nations, weaving a complex tapestry of shared history, distinct identities, and mutual influences that continue to evolve even today. As we move forward in time, we encounter a period of conflict and dominion that strained the relationship between Japan and Korea. The late 19th and early 20th centuries were a time of significant upheaval. It was during this period that Japan, seeking to extend its influence and power, began to exert control over the Korean peninsula. This move was not without resistance, but ultimately, Japan succeeded in cutting off Korea from Chinese suzerainty. This marked the beginning of a new era in the Japan-Korea relationship, but it was not one of mutual respect or cooperation. Instead, it was characterized by dominance and subjugation. The pivotal moment came in 1910 with the signing of the Japan-Korea Annexation Treaty. This treaty was more than just a piece of paper. It was a formal declaration that Korea was now under Japanese rule. The impact of this annexation was profound and far-reaching. For Korea, it meant a loss of sovereignty and a drastic shift in their political, social, and cultural landscape. Their traditional ways of life were upended as they were forced to adopt Japanese customs and practices. For Japan, the annexation of Korea represented a significant expansion of its empire. It provided them with strategic advantages and resources, but it also exposed them to new challenges and conflicts. The decision to annex Korea was not without its critics, both within Japan and internationally. But perhaps the most significant impact of the annexation was on the relationship between Japan and Korea. What had once been a relationship characterized by exchange and interaction became one of tension and conflict. The shared history and cultural ties that had bound the two nations together were strained to the breaking point. This period marked a dark chapter in their shared history, the effects of which are still felt today. Leaping to the era following World War II, we find a new geopolitical landscape taking shape. The end of the war marked a crucial turning point in the history of both Japan and Korea. As the dust of conflict settled, the Korean peninsula emerged from the shadows of Japanese rule, splitting into two independent states, North Korea and South Korea, divided by the 38th parallel. This newfound independence, however, was not without its own set of challenges. In 1950, North Korea, backed by the Soviet Union, invaded South Korea, sparking the Korean War. This conflict saw a military stalemate, leading to an armistice in 1953, but not without leaving a lasting impact on the region. In the midst of these changes, Japan and South Korea began to navigate their relationship in this new world order. In 1965, a significant milestone was reached with the establishment of diplomatic relations between these two nations. This was a step towards reconciliation and cooperation, a testament to the resilience of these nations in the face of their shared history. But the path to harmony has been far from smooth. Conflicts persist over territorial claims and historical disputes, a testament to the lingering wounds of the past. Efforts to reach compromise agreements have been unsuccessful, and nationalist pride and animosity have been exacerbated. It's a complex dance of diplomacy where the steps forward often seem to be matched by steps back. In recent years, public opinion has reflected this tension. A majority of Koreans believe Japan feels no regret for its past wrongdoings, while a majority of Japanese find Korean demands for apologies incomprehensible. It's a delicate balance, a dance on a tightrope of history and future aspirations. Despite the deep-rooted challenges, both nations continue to strive for a better future. Their history is a tapestry woven with threads of conflict, cooperation, resentment, and hope. As they move forward, the hope is that understanding and reconciliation will guide their steps, leading to a future of peace and mutual respect. Turning to the present day, we find that the relationship between Japan and Korea remains complex and multifaceted. In the grand scheme of things, we see a tapestry of cultural exchanges, economic trade, and political contact, all underpinned by a history of military confrontations. Public sentiment in both nations is a testament to this complexity. Recent polls reveal that a majority of Koreans believe Japan shows no remorse for past wrongdoings. On the flip side, a majority of Japanese find the Korean demands for apologies puzzling, painting a picture of two nations struggling to find common ground on historical grievances. The political landscape doesn't fare much better. Lingering territorial claims and historical disputes continue to hamper diplomatic relations. Efforts at compromise have repeatedly hit a wall, and nationalist sentiments on both sides have only served to fan the flames. But it's not all doom and gloom. Amid these challenges, there are also moments of mutual understanding and shared respect. The two nations continue to interact and engage on various fronts, from pop culture to sports, from tourism to technology. These exchanges, while not erasing the disputes, foster a sense of shared heritage and mutual dependence. The key to navigating these troubled waters lies in dialogue and understanding. By acknowledging the past and working towards a shared future, Japan and Korea can strive to transform their complex relationship into a force for regional stability and mutual prosperity. As we can see, the past continues to shape the present, making the history of Japan and Korea an intriguing subject of study. Our journey through the history and cultural landscapes of Japan and Korea has been enlightening. We've traversed through centuries, from the ancient cultural exchanges to the tumultuous times of invasion and annexation, and finally to the present day. We've seen the impact of history on the current state of affairs, how it shapes and informs the present. It's a testament to the importance of understanding our past to make sense of our world today. Remember, history isn't just about events, it's about people, their struggles, and their triumphs. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing insights into world history and culture. Until next time, goodbye.